Whenever I met you, I concede my most memorable considerations was a stunt you look so great some of the time he'll be butt-ass bare. And he thought it was so entertaining to simply go do the butterfly. Many individuals suspect that Big Deal Smalls was referring to that joke. And being exaggerated, I ain't have any desire to be the one to bring this up. Yet you brought it up, I brought it up. Was Big Deal Smalls gay? This question doesn't appear to leave individuals' brains. And today we have proof that could demonstrate your hypotheses. Right, apparently, Big Deal Smalls was a closeted gay. And it was only after he met Diddy that he unexpectedly understood, leaned to attempt things the entire way since Biggie met Diddy back in the mid-1990s. Individuals have noticed an uncommon change in Big Deal's peculiarities. He began staying nearby a ton of other male rappers of his time. Not that he was accounted for to be significantly more gushy than was considered proper for a straight family fellow. He got very inappropriate with his verses and activities that many individuals found awkward. Yo, Big Deal, got some sus why you need each man. Their most memorable connection up came around in 1992 when Diddy organized to get the then together and coming rapper subsequent to seeing an element on him in a magazine, he marked Big Deal to his record name Terrible Kid Records upon its send-off in 1993. From that point on started Big Deal's excursion of self-investigation. Maybe he at last found reality with regards to his sexuality, yet couldn't do a lot to tell others separated from rapping about it to this end. We have numerous tunes that indicate Big Deal's conceivable sexual inclinations. Recall the melody Got Back to Me. And in 2005 this melody from Big Deal's collection, Prepared to Bite the Dust, raised a ton of eyebrows. Yet the theory subsided attributable to the absence of strong proof. The verses go like you look so great, huh daddy's D, so how about we unload that briefly? When I met you, I concede my most memorable contemplations was a stunt you look so great. This was one of the main times individuals began to address Big Deal. And this was trailed by verses after comparative verses. And it wasn't cuss words and unseemly language that irritated the crowd, it was the not-so-unpretentious digs at his secret sexuality, which kept individuals as eager and anxious as ever in the melody. Everything unquestionably revolves around making that dollar Biggie raps. Make it hard to figure me alcohol honeybee, kicking me in my bullet reef-covered Donnie Brasco. Music hamburger, he goes trust they know my drain, have hijacked kids up in the ass, toss them over the scaffold. The extension that is the way things are spread out, notwithstanding gay propensities. Big Deal is encouraging everybody to add pedophilia to the rundown of things Big Deal can do. Sovereign __ is another melody, however, not by Big Deal, but rather it alludes to something almost identical on the off chance that Peter Flautist pecked him. I'd betcha Biggie bust him. He presumably attempted to F him. I told him not to trust him music. So it gave off an impression of being a major mystery for the crowd. Wasn't exactly one. When it came to Big Deal's kindred craftsman Lil' Kim, for instance, knew precisely exact thing was happening with Biggie. She even uncovered something exceptionally unusual in regards to Biggie. She said that he would stripped and march around before his male companions and do the butterfly. In some cases, he'd be butt-ass stripped. And he thought it was so entertaining to go do the butterfly. Now she explained that it was implied as a trick, yet this is certainly the sort of trick that would be untouchable for 99.9% of straight men, which eventually demonstrates that Big Deal was either sexually open or gay. Ruler Jamar upheld Lil' Kim's assertion in regards to the verses being referred to. He got going by saying he would have rather not discuss the main thing, and I ain't have any desire to be the one to bring this up, yet you brought it up. I brought it up. He then felt free to confirm the data, saying the verses had a ton to do with Big Deal's very own life. And they weren't a bunch of rhymes. Another reality that upholds this contention is that Fantasy Hampton once expressed that man Big Deal's dearest companion was transparently gay in any event. bringing his sweetheart around the block, and Big Deal didn't mind, I recollect, when we were in 2 or 3 weeks before he passed on. And Large told me yo the Yanga man welcomed his beau on the Ave Hampton Street. She asked him how'd he take that. And as per her, he answered that is my Inga, whatever, so one of Big Deal's dearest companions being gay probably won't have annoyed him since he personally had comparative propensities. Yet what does Diddy have to do with Big Deal's sexual direction? Well, there is sufficient proof support up the hypothesis that Diddy himself is a closeted gay. He has been a detailed individual from different gay gatherings and clubs. And we should not actually discuss his scandalous gay gatherings. A few VIPs have unveiled their horrendous encounters on account of Diddy practicing his obscure gay dreams out of them. We picked like a many of them down gracious. Are you ok? You put them toward the back yet when I went by there and I looked into there. And it said butt plug show. Additionally thought back about the time Diddy took him to his party. We get to this club and we stroll in the back manner. It's the celebrity relax ain't. No one in there. The club is going as hopping. And I'm staying there with Superhead. So then, at that point, Diddy is doing his business. We go down and get a beverage. We were staying there swaying to the music. And afterwards Superhead pointed over to the corner. There's two fellows kissing. I'm similar to what the f is this? Then she pointed toward another path. And there's one more buddy around there, but Bear Moving X said he was so astounded he left without telling Diddy we take off. We leave the club straightforwardly. I didn't express harmony to anyone. It was suspect. He said you can credit it to being in Miami or whatever finished up civet. Yet I was in a posse of clubs. I ain't never erroneously ventured into a club with that sort of movement there. This is only one of the numerous occurrences that uncovered the manipulative and powerful nature of Diddy. He is known to encourage junior music specialists and open them to his way of life, either by their will or in any case Usher, who was Diddy's mentee for instance, additionally claims to have been unwantedly presented to Diddy's way of life. Usher concedes that he could never permit his kids to observe what he did on account of Diddy. One can consider what a 14-year-old kid probably gone through to emerge as severely damaged as Usher. So it is very conceivable that Big Deal's unexpected tendency towards men, maybe Diddy's doing Diddy, is known to coerce men into participating in improper customs with different men. After all, back to Big Deal being gay, for what reason did he not let out the unadulterated truth for somebody who dared to go all out with his rap? He never resolved the issue of his sexuality in the open. Here's our hypothesis. Harking back to the 90s and mid-2000s, relatively few individuals were tolerating of homosexuality. Conceding something like this would have implied programmed crossing out in the music business. Due to the incredibly slim acknowledgement of the local area, there was a high gamble. Big Deal could lose everything while possibly not his fan following at the expense of uncovering his extremely intimate secret. Master Jomar likewise discussed this reality while making sense of why Biggie never comprehensively conceded on the off chance that he truly was gay or sexually open.